We're not going in to Pewter City's gym without a Butterfree. That's just factual. I like Walking Wake, but I think what is the most egregious thing is that there was just no explanation for them. Yeah, Chris, that's another reason I'm not on board with that. They did just that one. Okay, so I remember they have Area Zero. Please use it. Yeah, true. They do. Like, why not use it? I think that's a perfect example. Like, I think there should be special raid spots in Area Zero, so worst comes to worst, you at least go there to use something. That'd be logical. If you're gonna do that. On top of that, like, I just think of it this way. I remember tuning into Ace's stream and watching the live Pokemon Day stream, being super excited of what was going to happen. And frankly, I don't know if there was a single announcement. They have random caves down there. Please. Yeah, again, you're dead on with that. What drives me insane is, yeah, they just dropped them out of nowhere. And when I was watching Ace's stream, for those listening, Ace Trainer, go follow her. And we were watching the Pokemon Day presentation. It literally felt like they were an afterthought put in because they knew that people were going to riot if they didn't get new Scarlet and Violet stuff announced that they could do quickly. Everyone knew a DLC was coming eventually because that Pokemon company wants that Pokemon money rolling in. And we're happy to give it to them if they give us good stuff. But Walking Wake and Iron Thorns definitely felt very much just like a, hey guys, here's stuff, go play. No, that's exactly what you wanted, right? You wanted to play more. You guys wanted to play more, right? Right. And it's just like, yeah, but we want some explanation, not just for you to throw 2 random Pokemon in and go, okay. Like, I think that's the real problem behind it. Let's check our summary here. I'm looking at the time and I'm now going, oh my god, I have to go to bed eventually, but I got time on my hands, my friends, so. Mos Def, the Metapod. What a great name. I'm just checking summaries at this point. Alright, 58 for Clive, 105 for Makakuna, 103 for Beatrix. Bulbasaur's 19. Okay, let's get Bulbasaur at level 10 and see what we can do from there. Kind of want to go hunt a Pikachu in Viridian Forest, but I also kind of don't care enough to do it right now. Or I could just stream tomorrow or another day and do it then. So let's go. Let's get ourselves some XP and get Bulbasaur to level 10. It's just something about that first double-digit Pokemon. Makes it special. Weedle. You need to go away quickly. That's the point. Bulbasaur needs level 10 quickly. Yes. Go away, Weedle. You're not Weeds. Nobody likes you. It's a lie. People like Weedle. There's nothing wrong with Weedle. Fine Whip! Build a perfect 7-star raid right now on stream. What's your build? Oh, God. Oh, God. Perfect 7-star raid build. Okay. Okay, so are we talking how we're going to unveil the Pokemon, what Pokemon it is, and all that good stuff? We doing that? Or am I just giving you what they give us now? Because I obviously want to do the fantasy element of put my own story behind it or anything else. The way I'm taking your question is what Pokemon you want and how would I unveil it. Personally, to me, what I would do, they already have the structure in place in-game to do to prove supremacy. What I would do is I would have a story LOL, your choice on how you want to answer. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the route I was just going down. Me personally, what I would do is they've already kind of given, as part of the quote post game, the idea of these school tournaments. What I would do is, one, to give people more apparel choices, so there was actually far more character build into it, which would be yet another reason to play the game longer. What I would do is have a school tournament and load a bunch of the basic trainers from back in the day into new models, and they're all new kids at school. So have a bug catcher, have a lass, have like a kid hiker, have like all these different very basic trainers from back in the day, and it's just like schoolboy Jimmy, bug catcher Rick, whatever you want to say. They all come in and you do the school tournament and show and just make up some names, and it can be as simple as 5 battles. And what I would do personally, so you don't have to break the bank thinking about something, it doesn't break your already existing things that you've done, is make up 64 names, one of which is yours, and say, okay, we're doing... You could, and what would have been better is had they done it in March, because then you could have tied it to March Madness, was do 64 trainer tournament, school's best. And so you have to win in the round of 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, and then in the round of 2. So you have to win 6 battles in a row. And what I would do that for is, it's now you've beaten the new kids and you've beaten some of the old kids that are the best in the school. Maybe you beat Nimona again, or you beat Arvin, or maybe as a privilege, one of the things is you get to beat the champion again, but the champion has some heightened Pokemon, right? And the point of doing that is for you to show your supremacy as a trainer. And then I would literally throw a spin on the OG Pokemon movies story and just go, I've proven I'm the best trainer, I'm great. And you you pull up this trophy and you're like, oh, I'm so great. And literally dropping from the frickin' sky is Mewtwo and just pushes everybody down and just says, you think you're superior? Watch me. And then just goes, if you want to show how superior you actually are, come find me in Area 0, and I'll say it's in a random cave for Chris's sake. And you do a 7-star raid inside Area 0 against Mewtwo. And then I'd also throw in, 1 out of every 100,000 raids, or whatever number makes sense, it's armored Mewtwo from the first Pokemon movie, which they made pretty much canon with Pokemon Go. So that's what I would do. Because then, I didn't add some crazy DLC. I didn't add, a billion work hours and get a free DLC to the game. But I gave you, hey, can you build a quick structure to give us 6 Pokemon battles and maybe a cinematic that talented people on YouTube could throw together for you if you needed to? And that's how I would do. That's what I would do for a 7-star raid. And then I think you could do that once a month even, or once every 2 months, if there was just that extra hour of gameplay with a little bit of dialogue, maybe one cinematic, and then the post-cinematic battle that you had to do to win, people would be far more engaged. Because you get that feel that this matters. Pikachu! Okay! What up, Pikachu? Let's catch you, and let's catch you quickly. I'm not gonna lie, I know you're not weakened. frankly, I don't feel like accidentally destroying you, so we're going to try throwing a Pokeball at you right now. Be cool, Pikachu. Be cool. But that is how I would build a 7-star raid, personally. Is I would do, like, school tournament, Pikachu Forest Pokemon Mouse. 1'4", it's not just 1 foot, 13.2 pounds. It has a small electric sacs on both its cheeks. If threatened, it loses electric charges from the sacs. But that is personally what I would do. Yeah, we'll give Pikachu a name. This is both for Ash and her ability as a raid queen, and also for a reference to a show I watch constantly on the streaming service Dropout. So, Pikachu is named Ash. It's me! Yes, that is you, Ash. My Pikachu is you. And we won't get into the psychology of that, we'll just say it's you. Alright, and then as soon as I get out of this forest, I think that's where I'll end the stream, but I got a good 10-15 minutes probably before that happens. Let's get Mos Def into the game here, friends. Yo, you use Dropout too? Yes, Chris, I absolutely do. Grimraw. Not getting off just yet, Grimraw, but I understand if you gotta go, and it has been nice having you in the chat. If you were deciding to leave, I will have a nice day. But yes, Chris, Ab and I are obsessed with Dropout. Yay! Thank you for staying. Thank you for staying, Grimraw. So, yes, I use the streaming service Dropout constantly. Game Changer is probably one of my favorite things ever. Ab and I also love watching Dirty Laundry. Actually is now becoming a favorite in the house. I've watched a lot of their original programming. I wish I could get more into their D&D stuff, but I just don't have the patience for D&D. It's like Detective Pikachu movie. Yeah, it is, Ash. It is. So, but for those that don't know, I actually run Mario Party in real life once a year. It's an annual event. And watching Game Changer is kind of like watching a high-budget version of a game of Mario Party that I would put together. And I love it. But the reason I just named Pikachu Ash, beyond just honoring our beloved Raid Queen, is the fact that I just watched the Game Changer episode where it's the first prize episode in like season 1, it's like episode 3 or something like that, Game of Prizes, and Raph just starts screaming, Ash! Ash! So, which is why like every time I say Clav, I'm like, come on Clav! Come on Clav! That is why I'm going with Ash for that one. Let's see the summary on our beloved Ash. And it's a relaxed nature. Nice. 37. 37. Alright, well, Mos Def. Okay, Mos Def needs 34 XP to the next level. But frankly, it's poison. The likelihood of me getting that is not going to happen right now, because I can feel myself powering down, but it does not matter. We're going to power through Viridian Forest. So, let's see. What is Kakuna? 105. Okay, we might get 105. Alright. I'm going to put Kakuna. Have I watched the Yes or No episode of Game Changer? Absolutely. I've watched every episode of Game Changer multiple times. Yes or No is phenomenal. That is exactly the kind of thing I would do to somebody if I were going to try to do that to them. I love that. A Game Changer is the other reason I love Game Changer is no different connecting all the tissue, why I love the creative process and why I love creating Pokemon and putting so much thought into them. It's no different than these Game Changer episodes. If you're not a Dropout subscriber, for those that are not just geeking out of it like me and Chris are right now, you should be. Dropout is such a wonderful streaming service. It's cheap for a streaming service. And it's just really good people trying to make really good content, and it's really great. So that is my plug for Dropout. Dropout, if you want to throw a $1 sponsorship my way, that'd be really cool. I love you, Dropout. I love you, Sam Reich. I love you, College Humor. But I just love. Have you watched College Humor back then too? No, actually, I didn't. I watched a little bit of College Humor back in the day. Sponsor incoming. I would love. If I got a sponsorship from Dropout, I would lose my mind. Also, for those that I just gave the plug to, they actually do a 2-minute mini-series and appears every week of what if Pokemon Pokedex entries were real. Highly recommend if you have not seen it to check them out. They are funny. If you are one of my younger viewers, Dropout content is not really age appropriate for you. Maybe wait on it just so I can play it safe. But most of the time, Game Changer is actually pretty appropriate. Just maybe some of the language coming through isn't. But it's really, for the most part, appropriate. And but yeah, I can't stress enough how much I love Dropout, and I love that. It would be if I were going to sponsor, especially at this level of streaming, and I'm not even halfway to the subscriber count to monetize my YouTube channel yet. But if I got a sponsorship and it was Dropout, I would literally just be like, I don't care. I'm ready to quit life because this is amazing. But I was not a College Humor watcher back in the day much because I just, I'll be the first to admit, a lot of content is based off of, for me, comfort. I obviously adore, Pokemon. I adore my things, but I watch a ton of Star Wars content nowadays. I've recently, over the past year, really fallen in love again with Star Wars, which is another reason actually my content has gotten better because I put so much thought process into it. Now there's a series on Disney Plus called Light and Magic that goes over, it's not all Star Wars, but it goes over, the first 2 episodes are all about developing the special effects for Star Wars. And it goes over the journey of Industrial Light and Magic, which is the best special effects company on the planet. Pretty much, if it's a great movie from the last 50 years, they did the special effects for it. But I put that on all the time to create too. And it's made me better because I think so much more in depth about what I'm doing. And I love the same thing for Dropout. And I love the same thing for everything. But College Humor was not some. I would occasionally catch a clip here or there. I believe College Humor did the Batman series, which is all spoofs of Batman. Obviously, I've seen that because it's Batman-related content. But I wasn't a huge College Humor watcher at any point in my life until I found the clips of Make Some Noise and Game Changer through Instagram Reels. And it was like being called home. It was like I had met, this is going to sound absurd, and I get it. It is an absurd statement, but it was like finding Jesus. I was like, I have found my people. I have found my platform. I have found something I will support till the day I die. That was like finding Game Changer was like finding religion for me. It really was, because I'll rewatch those episodes all the time. Grimraw, I'm sorry I'm confusing you and doing that. Like, I'm not a religious person myself. College Humor and Dropout honestly means that much to me because it's just like, it's the feeling of belonging you get. I had the same feeling when I walked into a Comic-Con, the same I felt watching Dropout. And I know how absurd that statement is because it's an absurd statement. But it's pure truth. Like, when you find your people, there's just that innate sense of belonging that you get that is truly like this utter moving wave of positivity. And I used to watch College Humor back in the day, and I was in a bank one time and ran into Sam Reich. That would be my dream, to run into Sam Reich in NYC. That is amazing for you, Chris. I just keep looking at the dots from Grimraw and seeing that. But honestly, like, it's really like finding your people. When you find your people, when you find your group, when you find the people you belong with, it truly is a religious experience to a degree. And I just remember walking into C2E2 Comic Con. It was 2015, 2016. Yeah, I think it was 2015 or 16. And for the first time. And I just remember feeling, I have met my people. Like, this is where I'm meant to be. These are all people that value the same things I do, that just want to love and celebrate the things that they love. That's how I felt. And I was like, I feel like I belong here. It's no different. Honestly, what's pretty crazy is I've never been a social media guy. I've never really bought into the online community to agree. And I've had to walk some of that back now because I feel that community with all the Pokemon stuff that I do now.